Okay, the next court up in the HAMMERFALL Grifball court contest is Insularity by Clownface, and let's have a look. Well, that's interesting. The starting spawns are running up a hill. Man cannons. Here, let me just. Well, okay, that's interesting. Let's give it a try. Wow. Believe it or not, we tried to make a court like this in Halo 3. Then we tried to make a court like this in Halo Reach. And then we gave up. But, wow. Yeah, as you can see, this is a bowl-shaped court, which is pretty cool. A nice, interesting, and even aesthetic around. I'm just trying to see if these trees are causing frame rate, and I think they're spread out enough that they're okay. They don't seem to be a problem. Is containment looks to be solid. Not really, but I'll go over that in a second. Yeah. Here, this is what I'm going to recommend for your containment. Is these, although they aren't perches now, with shifting, these can become perches. But these blocks are 128 high. Plus you have this here, the height of this. Plus you have the depth of the bowl. This is what I'm going to recommend. You can just... I'm going to regret that. Hold on a sec. Go all the way around. Deselect this. Deselect this. Turn off my group and delete those. Then I should just describe this rather than actually do it. It's so much quicker. But for the sake of having it look cool on the video, I'm going to select all these pieces and group them. And I think I have them all. Right. And just drop them down. There you go. There's your new ceiling. You don't really need to have it as high as you had it. And this will prevent the possibility that these blocks shift the earthquake glitch and provide perches. So that's perfectly acceptable, having a court that high. There's so many courts with lower ceilings than that. Plus, if you take the depth of the bottom here, you see that's plenty high enough. I doubt people would be able to pass that high. Possibly, but maybe not. Okay. So that's good. You can lower the ceiling. The other alternative, if you do want the ceiling to be that high, is I know I tore them apart, but okay, I just duplicated. Oh, there they are over there. I just duplicated them and lost them. I'm just putting back, just simulating the wall that you had here. More or less it was like this, right? It was more or less like this. What you should do, if you do want to keep the height of it, you should move these blocks so that they are inward, okay? So that you so you'll have to just grab each one of them and move them in slightly, so that you have a sill right here. So that what that does is it prevents these edges from being, see, when you have these lined up, you always have the chance that this edge will be exposed and become a perch for players to stand on. And the problem is, as I've explained probably in every video I've done, is that you can't see them in forge mode, but players will find them in game mode and they'll take advantage of them. Okay, as I said before, they'll score a goal, give the player a bomb, they'll launch the runner up onto a known perch, and he'll just stand here laughing at everyone. And it's happened many times before in Grifball, so we're going to try to prevent that as much as possible. So the best way to prevent perches is to create a sill like that, or just to lower the ceiling. So your choice, whichever way you want to do that, it's entirely up to you. Okay. Now there is a very small issue, and unfortunately it's going to require a little bit of reworking on your part. See, the problem is what should I place? Let's just place a block. 8 by 8 by 4. Oh, hold on. 8 by 4 by 4. That's approximately the size of a player. All right. The problem is when you're here, you can't see players even if they're right there. Wait, let me throw a grenade at them. Okay, so you have this refrigerator standing right here. That's a player right there. You can't see him. You're this close to him, and you can't see him even though he's right there. Okay, so that can be a problem, because I've held every court up to this standard prior to this, is that you have to be able to see every player on the court must be able to see every other spawn player in the court at all times from all positions. And the problem with this is that you can have an entire team standing here pressing for the ball, and the spawn player is going, I have no idea where the other team is, unless they're watching the radar, of course. I don't know where the other team is, and they can't make a snap decision on spawn as to where they go and where they're needed, because they can't see the game from where they are. They can't see where the action's taking place. They can't see where their teammates need help. So it takes their time up. They've got to kind of run to the edge and then figure out where to go from there. Okay, so that is a bit of a problem, but I think it's not a bad problem, and I think you could fix it relatively easy. I just want to take a quick measurement first. Oh, and good on you to use 128 blocks for containment. That's the piece I recommend. I just have to go out of your map here to spawn one of my prefabs. I'm going to just spawn the cam ring walls, and only reason I'm doing this is I want to compare this to the size of a standard court, just to see how much larger it is. I'm not disagreeing with the size of your court. Whoops. I'm just this is just for visual reference, so I can kind of see visually approximately. Okay, so that's a. I don't know what happened to that. That's weird. Looks like my prefab broke. Oh, that was really weird. That was just from moving it. Okay, so here's what I'm trying to say, is that your court is so much larger than a standard court. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That actually will help you in this case. All I wanted to see was how much room you had to play with. Okay? Because my next suggestion is going to be altering your court, but not that much. Okay? You see, your court is gigantic, so it's okay to play with the size a little bit. So I'm just going to delete that. My suggestion is to your outside wall that you have here, bring it in to approximately, Well, here, I'll show you exactly where. Let's look at that player again. To right to where that player... Here, let me make a couple of these here. Okay. I would move forward until you can see all of them. Okay? See right here, now no one can hide from me. Even though you're further back, right there, you'll be able to see everyone's helmet from this spot. So let's mark that spot right there. Okay. So, let's just try that for now. See, that's good right there. See, I can see all players on the field, unless they're crouching, but that's okay. Players crouch strategically, and that's to get off radar, so that's fine. If they want to crouch off radar and crouch visually, I'm fine with that. Just a standing player, you should always be able to see their helmet. Okay, so maybe in just a little bit. So you're going to do the exact same thing you have here. You're just going to pull in that outside wall and tighten it up. Okay, so that way you players cannot hide from other players. If the rest of the team are inside here, you can get players hiding up top, and vice versa. You'll find you'll frustrate players a lot if they spawn into the game and they don't see anyone. They hear hammers clashing and their enemies or teammates are telling them to cover them and stuff like that, but they have no idea where to go off spawn because they can't see all the field. If they spawn here, they can see everything. You still have the same look to the court, the same aesthetic. It's just your upper ring is going to be a little bit tighter. Okay, and of course move the spawns in accordingly. So you can play around with the exact position of that. It can probably go back a little bit, but yeah, that's actually really good right there. Okay, so let me just so that you can screenshot that if you want to get an idea, or you can just do exactly what I did. But it's just a matter of tightening this wall up and bringing it in to make your court a little bit smaller. It's a shame too, because this really is gorgeous like this. I really like the look of this, and I can't wait to play on it too. As I say, we've been wanting to make a court like this. Like, we experimented using crates and walls and stuff like that, and it looked terrible in Halo 3, but it kind of worked, but it really didn't. And then we kind of gave up on the idea after that. But yeah, yeah, you just have to tighten it up. Okay, I'm going to backtrack a little bit. Keep this court as it is for custom games, okay? And let players, like, you can have a large size one and a small size one, but don't destroy this just because of what I said here. Keep this court as it is. But for the contest, spin it off and like, do a save as to spin this court off as it is, because it's fine as it is. Sorry, once you take care of the containment, and then adjust it for this contest so that we have a court that fits the guidelines of the contest, which is with a smaller ring up top. And I think that's it for this. Everything else appears to be good. As I say, I can't wait to play on it. It looks really interesting. I'm not sure how the ball would roll, but you know, we can always just check that right now. Game modes. Where are game modes? Why am I not seeing game? Oh, if I was right on it. Nope, too far. You see, that's why I like it. Look at the type of passes you can do. It's still moving, or it just stopped moving there. So I like this. I really like the idea of it. I really want to try playing on it. Say but just for the sake of this contest, just bring this ring in a bit, just so it fits the guidelines that we've set out for the contest, and make sure you keep a large version on your file share for people that want to play in the larger version. So I think that's it for this one. Get that fix in, and make sure you let us know that you've made the fixes, and we'll move this up to round 2 as soon as you message us, and we'll have a look at it again.